Welcome back, everyone. And today we're going to talk about a blockbuster trade that just occurred overnight. Like the San Francisco 49ers have acquired Christian McCaffrey from the Panthers. This is something I did not expect to happen. There were rumors going around, yeah, Buffalo, those teams, but I didn't expect someone like the 49ers to actually pull it off. Apparently, the Rams were also in contention. So, so this came overnight, I, which is surprising, to say the least. Means there were rumors, and turns out they did actually get rid of them. Panthers are receiving the 2023 second round draft pick, 2023 third rounder, 2023 fourth rounder, and a 2024 or I saw somewhere fifth. It may actually be a fourth, but it'll be a pick from the 2024 draft in there as well. So there is gonna be a lot of things going on. Something tells me they're mainly going to use McCaffrey as a receiver or like a third down back. That, but this comes as a surprise to a good number of people. This really isn't that much of an upgrade for the 49ers. He's not going to be the focal point. I mean, and he'll be entering a much more crowded passing game. So it's unlikely he'll get as much playing time as he had before. They're, s- they're saying it could be like a red zone package thing, but we'll have to wait and see. Yes, Juba Hubbard and Deonta Foreman can step up in their respective roles, but at the same time, um, he was the sole remaining fan favorite, putting butts in seats, and now it's not going to do him any favors. There's not going to be all that mania in there now. Now, and I want to look at the stats that Christian McCaffrey has put up during his time in Carolina. So he's had some crazy stats. In his rookie season alone, um, he had rushed for 435 yards and two touchdowns, and, and got 8 receptions for 651 yards and five touchdowns. So he was definitely a good pick. In 2018, he stepped it up and got more play time because Jonathan Stewart wasn't there anymore and broke out again and rushing for 1,098 yards and seven touchdowns, while also receiving 107 receptions for 867 yards and six touchdowns. In 2019 ended up being his most productive season by far, or rushing for 1,387 in yards, and five. and 15 touchdowns. Sorry. He with 116 receptions for 1,005 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, taking a step back in 2020 due to injuries. Which is what you don't want from the Matt Rule era. Only rushing for 225 yards and 5 touchdowns, and only getting 17 receptions for 149 yards and a touchdown. Now, it was a little bit better in 2021 with 442 rushing yards and a touchdown, and 37 receptions for 343 yards and a touchdown. But once again, he's been injury prone because of how he's been utilized. As in this season alone, he's only had 393 yards and 2 touchdowns, and 43 targets, 33 receptions for 277 yards and a touchdown, which is not that good of a look for a player like him. And stock is going to continue to plummet. Okay. When you take a look at how he's been utilized, he's only been out there to run the ball 10 times in week one, 15 in week two, 25 in week three, 8 in week four, 14 in week five, and 13 in their loss against the Rams. In terms of receptions, he's been targeted week one, 4 times, week two, 4 times, week three, 2 times, week four, 9 times, week five, 7 times, week six, sorry, 7 times. He keeps being targeted 5, 5, 4, 9, 12, and 8, respectively. So there are some things to keep an eye out for at this point. So now that he's going to be a part of the 49ers, it's unlikely he'll change anything against Kansas City if he ever plays. But he'll most likely be playing against the Rams in some capacity, meaning that he gets to play against them twice in the same year, maybe 3 times, um, if I'm not mistaken. No, it'd be twice because those two teams already played earlier. But I also want to take a look at how well they've done with Christian McCaffrey in each of the 5 seasons in 5.5 that he's been there. Or 2017 when he got drafted into the Ron Rivera uh, age. Still one of their most successful coaches. If you take a look there, 2017, the Panthers win 11-5 and lost a contested wild card game against the Saints. 2018, the Panthers started 6-2 before or collapsing at 7-9. 2019, they went 5-7 before Ron Rivera got fired or mid-season. Eric Buell went winless. 5-11 season. Sorry about that. Still trying to get woke up a little bit. In 2020, he 5-11, and in 2021, 5-12, both under Matt Rule. And now, after about 6 weeks in, Panthers are 1-5 with Christian McCaffrey on the team, and now he's going over to a team with about 500 record. It's hard to think that there was a bunch of potential for this. Yet Panthers kept squandering it away. And now with no face of the franchise, no golden goose, no fan favorites, put butts in seats, it's gonna be a long and bumpy road. Because I don't think they're gonna be making it back to the postseason anytime soon. If they're lucky, they'll be back during 2026. But even then, it may not be enough to reverse what damage has been done. That much is just truth. And then when we take a look back, it's important to remember there, there are a lot of factors that went into doing this, obviously. Panthers are aiming towards a basement. They're going to be looking into rebuilding mode. The only ones left over are on the defense. Brian Burns is still decent. Vernon Butler, if he's still on the team, he's probably not. We'll see. He, there's also some others that are being considered. DJ Moore is in consideration. One of the remaining from the Riverboat Run era. There's been a lot of poor handling all around. Now, defense has been fine, but they may start shipping off pieces from that as well to where they start sucking. There's no telling what's going to happen. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more or come back on the regular, or feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I also do weekly videos on predicting who's going to win what NFL game and what games in general all across sports. Or I'm sure you should check them out. I'm also still going to keep a close eye on how the Panthers are doing. So there's going to be more Panthers related content potentially about them blowing up. We'll see. Also, if you would like, for me to cover other teams in the same sports or whatever in the future, sure let me know what teams you would like for me to see news about so I can get a first hand look at that. There's bound to be more trades before the trade deadline comes. No question about it. There's going to be more surprises in the future. Sure, and I'll see you all in the next video.